Hi, it's Jo and this is video 3. I just wanted today to introduce a little bit more around thoughts as energy and the power of human energy. Now, there's different contexts in which I could discuss and apply this to, but today I want you to think of this in the space of caregiving. Again, it can apply to any space, but as caregivers, and as that's an area of focus for me, that's where I would like to apply this information, because it is our energy as caregivers that is constantly being strained, constantly being used, and sadly constantly depleted and not refilled. So I also want to talk a little bit about thoughts again, because thoughts are energy too. Thoughts are energy, and energy is everything. So this is now a new focus and a new area that I am going to be repeating a little bit, because it's going to make a huge difference in your life. The average human at rest generates about 100 watts of power. We're little batteries. We are energetic batteries, using, producing, and emitting energy constantly. Every day we use around, estimated, we're all different, but around 2,000 calories to produce that energy. And every cell in our body is specialized to conduct electrical currents. The elements in our body, like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and salt, they all have specific electrical charges. And our cells then use these charged elements, called ions, to create electricity. We have to keep everything in balance. Now, often we talk about stress in a very broad way. We talk about life, work balance, but I want to talk about that inner balance, those energy systems that are within our bodies that can often get out of balance. And headaches can be a great sign of this. At a mechanical kind of level, headaches can be a sign of dehydration or overhydration. The salt concentration in your blood can cause the organs throughout your body to swell. Excessive water consumption, which we don't think that we can drink too much, but everything is balanced. Drinking too much water can lead to water intoxication. That's when there's a diluting of the electrolytes in your blood, or like sodium. So sodium helps the balance of fluids inside and outside the cells, and excess water disrupts this balance. It dilutes this cellular balance and can be potentially life-threatening. Everything in moderation. Too much, too little is going to throw out the balance, the delicate balance of thriving. So everything is energy. Everything depends on balance, on moderation, and perfect harmony. And as caregivers, how often are we in that perfect, coherent balance, that perfect harmony? The first law of thermodynamics, it's also known as the law of conservation of energy. And it states that energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. It is an absolute law, and it's based in science. You can look it up, the first law of thermodynamics. So I want to talk more about that energy. It doesn't get created, it doesn't get destroyed. Now, this could lead me off into another video, which I might do later, about what happens to the energy of the body once we die, but that's not for today. I digress very easily. But the human body has 5 layers of energy fields, and we have the physical body, which is our weight, shape, volume, skin, muscles. It's the form of us that we can see, touch. It's tangible. But there are other layers too. There's like an ether layer that is about 1 inch from the physical body, which we can now measure. It doesn't extend more than 1 inch. It's the energy that's produced, that exists, and it extends just outside of our physical body. We have emotional energy. You know this. Emotional energy is energy that you can feel. You can feel it not only in yourself, but you can feel it in others. And if you think about the different states that you are in when you experience different emotions, you know what I'm talking about. Anger is like a motivating energy. It gets us moving. Joy and gratitude are states that just propel us. They put us in progress, in motion. There's mental energy. Mental energy is the energy that's produced at a mental level. Our belief systems, our personal truths, our perceptions. Because remember, your perception will be your reality. Then there is a spiritual energy. Now, I don't care what you want to call this energy, but it exists. It's this consciousness that we have. We are sentient beings. We know that we are aware. We think about thinking. We have and share in a universal connectedness. We know that we're part of something bigger, whatever we want to call that. But that's our spiritual energy. And even within the physical body, there's other sorts of energy systems. Energy is everywhere. Now, the power of human energy is what I will be talking a lot about. We know about solar energy, nuclear energy, wind energy, systems of heat energy, steam. We know it, we use it, but we're not tapping in to the fundamental truth and the most powerful energy that we have right at our fingertips, literally. The power of energy available to us through these types that I'm talking about, power of human energy. Energy healing is something I'm learning more and more about. It's a gentle, non-invasive technique that can help in restoring our own harmony, our own energy and balance systems within our own bodies. But it can also be used to help others too. And the energy system of touch is something that I will create a whole separate video on, because touch is something really not only important but life sustaining. For now, I just want to focus a little bit more on thoughts, because technically thoughts are nothing but realignment of electrons in your neural networks in your brain. Thoughts are manipulations of matters that are using energy. Your thoughts are energy, and energy, as we know, impacts the environment and the things around it. It transforms. It is not created, nor is it destroyed. So we need to use that energy productively and wisely. But before your thoughts can change the world, they must change you. To impact the world, you must start thinking with coherent intention. How often are our thoughts leading us astray? How often do you think, I can't do it, this is too hard, this is impossible, I'm no good, I am useless, I can't handle it? Those distress intolerant thoughts, they are going to impact the world. They are going to change what happens around you. Wherever there is energy, there is vibration, and the frequency of which things vibrate impacts the direct environment around them. And thoughts carry a certain frequency, and they emit a vibration into the world too. And depending upon the thought that you're having, it will determine the level of that frequency, the level of vibration that you're emitting. Now, we can use those thoughts to help ourselves and to calm others. And this is where I want to really bring this into the area of caregiving. But again, it can be used in any area of your life, because how often do people drain our energy? It happens. We feel drained just being around certain people, and we feel invigorated being around others. People can drain our energy. Situations, circumstances can drain our energy. The role of a caregiver is incredibly exhausting. It's draining in many ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. All those types of energies that I was just explaining to you get depleted through the process of caregiving. Stress drains our energy in a very measurable way. You know how tired you get after physical work, but how tired you get after emotional work too. So the first thing we need to do to be able to use our energy wisely is, one, stop our energy getting depleted. Now, there's different ways we can do this, and I will make videos on each of these ways a little bit later, but I want you to focus on this now. To stop our energy depleting, we need to, one, get grounded. Now, grounding is just a way of being stabilized, to stay in balance. And there's different ways, different techniques which we can use to do this. I often talk about grounding to the abundant energy of the universe. Now, that sounds pretty out there, but what I mean is just literally taking some time out in nature. Nature is very invigorating and restorative. Put your feet in the ocean, walk on the sand, take your shoes off, stand on the grass, sit in the sun, breathe in the fresh air, do something in nature. Go and walk somewhere if you're near a bush, the forest, wherever it is, near the creek. Ground yourself in nature. Just sit there. You will feel different just by doing it. Get out of the immediate environment that's causing you stress. Now, I know as caregivers that can be hard, even if it means walking out into the backyard, but you must get grounded. Another one, number 2, is to visualize. Use the energy that can be created at that mental level to visualize. Whether you have to use the visualization to create like a bubble of safety around you, whether you visualize an ocean if you're not near one, using your mind to interpret thoughts into visual ideas and representations is very rewarding. Now, in our brain, about 20-something% of our neurons in our brain are called mirror neurons. They respond to visual manipulations. You can fire up your brain just by thinking about things. We use this in psychology all the time. There's something for pain that we call graded imagery exposure. So what we do is we get people to focus on moving a limb that might be in pain, not actually doing it, to think about doing it, because parts of their parietal lobe will light up as if they're actually doing it. And this essentially is what empathy is, being able to feel things, experience things without actually directly having it happen. So visualize healing, visualize calm, visualize peace, visualize anything that forms a representation of protection, of safety, of renewing, and of tranquility. You have to, 3, clear the poor energy fields around you, the things that are sapping energy out of you. So however you choose to do that, go get a massage, go do some gardening, take a walk, whatever it is you need to do. This isn't just about self-care, this is about survival now. You must do these things. And I know it's quick and it's easy to say, well, I don't have time. But if you just spend a few minutes a day, every day, create rituals in your life and set up these patterns, you will get results. You will feel different, I promise you, because we have to restore. And that's the 4th one, is being able to restore those energy fields and set out that balance. So get grounded, visualize, clear and restore the energy that's being depleted from you. To help others, you must be fulfilled and restored first. You can't give what you don't have. I'm going to repeat that. You can't give what you don't have. So you must look after yourselves first. I also do want to talk a little bit more about the power of touch, and I will go into this separately in another video, but very briefly, the power of touch, it's the first sense to develop. By giving someone a hug, we produce oxytocin, the chemical of love, of connectedness. There's energy transference that happens in touch. There are people out there that do energy healing and they don't even touch the other person. I think touch is absolutely critical. Move this. I want to have a look at my notes up here. Couple of things that I've put here about touch. That newborns that are given nurturing touch grow faster and have more improved mental and motor skill development. Touch is critical. It's the first thing that animals do to their babies in the wild. They'll lick them, not just to clean them, but to get the respiration system working, the circulatory system working. Touch is critical to survival. And children raised with more physical interaction tend to be less aggressive, less violent. Partners who cuddle and touch each other have been shown to have lower stress levels, lower blood pressure, and improved immune function. And elderly people that receive the soothing, affirming experience of touch have been shown to better handle the process of aging and even the passing of life with more dignity. So touch is critical. From the moment we are born to the final days of our lives, touch acts as a central aspect of human experience, impacting our physical, our mental, and our emotional health and energy systems. I mean, quite literally shaping the way we move through our life. So today I want to remind you the power of thoughts, the energy that your thoughts can create, and how that can impact the world around you. So it's not just about gaining control of your thoughts, it's about using those thoughts to impact your environment in a positive, healthy, and adaptive way. Get out there and restore yourself today. Now, I don't know what you've planned to do today. You might have a busy day ahead of you. You might have a restful day ahead of you. But connect with the world, connect with nature, and spend a few minutes just grounding yourself and restoring your own energy systems. And we will talk more about this soon. But for now, that's it. I wish you a happy, healthy, and peace-filled day. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.